All right, now that we've viewed my audience of adults, we'll go ahead and get started with my speech. Many of you have watched public television, cable television, have seen an increase in number of television shows dedicated to local products, local foods, local restaurants, and local businesses. So I'm going to talk to you now a little bit about some local ones in Carrollton, Georgia. So what if you were, for the next 7 days, only able to purchase, buy, or even trade for items that were grown or raised within 40 miles of your home? So what would you eat? Where would you start? So what we're going to do is go take a virtual walk through a grocery store, and I'll kind of guide you through where these items can be purchased at and the available options. Most grocery stores, you walk in the front doors, you turn to the right, and you have the produce section. The produce section available would be from the Krager-Hager farm and the Gary farm, which are two farms both within Carroll County. Krager-Hager is in Temple, Georgia, near Center Point, and the Gary farm is in Bowden, Georgia. Both of these farms grow, the typical produce for Georgia: tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, sweet potatoes. But both of them also grow some unique items as well: pak choy, purple carrots, purple potatoes, white potatoes, eggplant, parsnips, pak choy, Swiss chard is one of my absolute favorites, as well as kale, several different varieties. So unlike your typical grocery store, there's a huge seasonal variety. When you walk through the produce section, you come to the meat section. The Dennis farm is a farm that is also in Bremen, Georgia. They specialize in pasture-fed cows and pigs. They do pork, ground beef, sausages. You can also buy hams, as well as loins from them as well. Further down from the meat section is the dairy section. Capergia Cheese Company is a cheese company that specializes in goat's milk cheeses. It comes in little packages, very similar to the ones you find in the grocery store. Some come seasoned, flavored, mixed, just plain. They also offer whole milk mozzarella cheese, as well as a feta cheese. It's absolutely fabulous. Better than anything you're going to find in the grocery store. The best part about it is there's no preservatives in any of these things. Once you go through the dairy sections of dried goods, who could live without coffee, even for 7 days? Bowden Coffee Roasters is in Bowden, Georgia. They bring in fresh green coffee beans and offer those in many different varieties of roast, from dark roast to a mild roast, and even flavored and specialty roast as well. Hazelnut is actually one of my favorites. And those are sold in whole beans as well as ground as well. The Gary farm does grits and cornmeal, so you can still have your grits for breakfast and cornmeal with dinner. Moving on beyond that would be the soap and hygiene. Many people pick up soapware at the grocery store as well. So the Willow Soap Company is a local soap company that does handmade soaps. Most of them are made from goat's milk, also come from local goats, as well as other local oils and products too. Some of them even include local herbs that are grown and wildflowers from the area. Beer Brewed Bars is also another company in Bremen, Georgia that they have a small microbrewery that they brew to make soap out of the beer for their male customers. They also offer beard oils and moisturizing creams for males that are all made in the local area. So once we move on from our hygiene products, what about a new coffee cup? I love coffee. I get my coffee from the Bowden Coffee Roasters, and I also have a fabulous coffee mug that came from Blue Heron Art Studio. She makes pottery, fired, glazed, and everything from local products and clay that's found in the area as well. I have a fantastic 12-ounce coffee mug. It cost me $10. A comparable mug from Starbucks would cost you about $22. And then paper goods. There's several other vendors in the local area that do unpaper towels, which are paper-sized cloth that wrap around that you're able to use and reuse those products too. So a lot of people will say that local products are expensive and it's not convenient. Well, I've given you several products in several different locations that have local handmade organic products, and they range from a wide variety of areas surrounding the Carrollton area. And to drive from each one to pick up your local groceries for the week would cost you about $30 in gas and a full day collecting and picking up items. So the most convenient part of shopping local in the Carrollton area is the Cotton Mill Farmers Market. On Saturdays, we all convene together, and you can pick up everything you would normally get from a grocery store, seasonally fresh, no preservatives, and most are organic and locally grown, from honey and grains, everything you could possibly need. And most of the products that are there are comparably priced to what you would find in the grocery store. Am I done?
You're at 5.5.
Okay, stop.